Chapter 1: A Grand Beginning.
The Titanic was a marvel, the biggest ship ever built. People called it unsinkable, and it was the pride of the ocean. It was like a floating palace with grand halls, elegant dining rooms, and even a swimming pool. As the ship docked, excited passengers gathered on the pier, their faces filled with wonder. Families waved goodbye, while others hurried aboard with bags and dreams. Among them was a young artist named Jack Dawson. He had a ticket for the third class and was eager for adventure. Across the dock, Rose DeWitt stood with her wealthy fiancé, Cal. She felt trapped in her fancy dress and rich life, longing for freedom. As she looked at the Titanic, she wondered if this journey would change everything. Little did they know, this grand ship held both dreams and danger. The adventure was just beginning. The Titanic was like a dream come true for Jack. As the ship prepared to set sail, he felt like he had won the biggest prize in life. He could see the towering smokestacks and hear the hum of excitement around him. This wasn't just any ship, it was a whole new world. Jack explored the crowded third-class deck. There were people from all walks of life, some laughing, others sharing stories of their hopes for a new life. To Jack, it was freedom. He could almost taste the possibilities that lay ahead. Meanwhile, Rose stood on the upper deck, gazing out at the open sea. Her world was elegant but felt small and confining. She wanted to escape the expectations, the rules, and the life that seemed planned out for her. She took a deep breath, wondering if this journey might finally set her free. Titanic's horn echoed as it began to move, with waves and cheers from the shore. The Titanic was finally setting off. People filled the decks, waving at the crowds on the shore. There was laughter, excitement, and a feeling that something amazing was about to begin. Jack found a spot on the third-class deck, his eyes shining as he watched the shore grow smaller. He was filled with dreams of a new life, of art and adventure. He felt as though anything was possible here on this massive ship. In the first-class section, Rose looked around at the well-dressed people surrounding her, each one appearing perfect and polished. She felt out of place, but her fiancé Cal seemed completely at home among them. He didn't notice her glancing at the other parts of the ship, curious about the lives of the people down below. As the Titanic sailed farther into the ocean, passengers settled into their cabins and explored the ship. As the Titanic glided smoothly across the ocean, Jack roamed the decks, taking in the sights and sounds. Every part of the ship felt new and exciting. He laughed and joked with fellow third-class passengers, enjoying the lively energy around him. Meanwhile, up on the grand upper deck, Rose was restless. She leaned against the rail, watching the endless stretch of water. Her life was full of fancy dinners and strict rules, yet she felt empty. She wanted something real, something different, and this massive ship made her dream of a different life. Then, by pure chance, she noticed someone below. It was Jack, standing by the railing, looking up at the open sky with wonder. For a moment, their eyes met across the decks. It was brief, and neither said a word. But in that small moment, something sparked. Jack smiled to himself, unaware of the effect he had just had on Rose. They both turned back. As the Titanic sailed farther into the open sea, passengers began exploring the upper deck, drawn to its elegance and stunning ocean views. The first-class passengers walked around in fine clothing, chatting and enjoying the fresh ocean air. There were grand staircases, luxurious lounges, and even a library. Everything looked like it belonged in a palace. Jack, meanwhile, could only dream of visiting the upper deck. From below, he could see its elegance and wondered what it must be like to stand up there. He was happy where he was, but the sight of the upper deck reminded him that there was a different world just above him. This world seemed beautiful, yet unreachable. Rose wandered around the upper deck alone. She was tired of the stiff conversations and her fiancé Cal's strict attention to status and wealth. She wanted to escape that life, if only for a moment. She looked out at the endless blue, hoping to feel free. The ship was grand, and it somehow made her feel even more trapped.